In 1975, a young officer by the name of Greg Orth was selected to serve as the city's second police chief. The 28-year-old officer had been with the city since 1971. Orth was unanimously recommended to the council by fellow patrolmen.
He was a cop's cop. He was a no-nonsense type of guy. He was really interested in criminal investigation. I remember that about him. But I think he ran a very tight ship here, and I think that the community appreciated that.
During his early days with the department, Orth was assigned to crime prevention and community outreach duties. The experience he gathered meeting with citizens and working with the community would affect how he ran the department over the next 26 years.
Greg Orth was a man who really set a vision for our department, and who we are today, he's responsible for forming that. He was very progressive. He was a sociology major, and his approach to policing was really very far ahead of probably where we were at when he started the job, certainly far ahead of where we were at in the country.
We always tried our best to be good public servants, to maybe go the extra mile. One way I could describe that, it's a very minor thing, and this started under Greg's tenure. If someone called us about a problem, no matter how minor, it was our police policy to call them back and let them know what happened. And I can guarantee you that not every police department did that at the time.
Throughout the 70s, officers and staff introduced new programs to increase safety and service to Woodbury residents. It also gave the public access to their law enforcement officials. This practice is one that continues today, with officers leading seminars and events dedicated to reaching out to the community. Woodbury's population increased throughout the 1970s by nearly 67%. During the decade, the department hired 3 new officers, including former Oakdale officer William Herring. Herring was an example of the important relationship that patrol officers had with neighboring agencies.
We would obviously only have one police officer on duty at a time. The communities around us, like Oakdale, Cottage Grove, also would only have one police officer at a time. So we kind of worked together a lot. We were really like one police department, especially the department from Oakdale. We worked together. If they had any type of a call that needed a second officer, we would go there. And likewise, if we had a call that needed a second officer, they would come to help us.
Herring was the department's first patrol sergeant, tasked with overseeing the day-to-day calls of the patrol officers in Woodbury, calls that often involved troublemakers and nuisances.
I think we spent the majority of our time chasing kids, I guess you could say. You know, kids playing ding-dong ditch, or maybe throwing a dummy in the road. Of course, that's dangerous, but I mean, they weren't the vandalism type of things that some of the extreme vandalism that you see today.
In 1980, the department recorded an important first, a 2.5% decrease in calls for service. Theft and vandalism reduction programs were credited with some of the city's success.